getting to wherever you are going to deliver in whatever
capacity
setting that may be. It might be at your house. It might be at somebody else's house. It might be
at a birth center.
It might be in, I don't know, lakes and rivers that you used to.
You're seeing our faces for the first time on the Laborhood Podcast.
Welcome to the Laborhood Podcast. Season two time.
It's Shay, your favorite certified nurse midwife, your board certified nurse midwife, period. If you're new here, first off, welcome.
We welcome you once, welcome you twice, welcome you 3 times in the name of the Lord. It's just like church revival.
Okay. All right.
Just like that.
Like I said before, I am a certified nurse midwife. I am also a certified registered nurse in inpatient obstetrics. I obtained my BSN from the illustrious Winston-Salem State University.
Get up as you get up.
Okay. I'm also cheer 5 gang. Anyway, sorry. I got my BSN from Winston-Salem State in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. And then I got my MSN, my Master's in Science of Nursing from Frontier Nursing University in a year ago. September of last year.
That's wild. Because now I feel like I live in a twilight zone because that went by so fast.
It did go by fast.
Like, did we have Christmas? I feel like we did it. It just zoomed by. Hi guys, my name is Briea. I am your other co-host of the Laborhood Podcast. I am a nationally certified inpatient obstetrics registered nurse. I have been a labor and delivery nurse for 7 years. I have been a nurse for a total of 8 years. I received my Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree from the Winston-Salem State University. Get up as you get up. Yeah. In Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
I'm from Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
I then went on to receive my master's degree from Western Governors University. So I got my Master's of Science in Nursing with a concentration in leadership and management. So I've been in the labor world for a while. In season 1, we kind of touched on a lot of different things to kind of get us to this point that we're talking about today.
So you've met your providers, you have figured out where you want to deliver, you've established your birth plan,
yes.
You have all of your support people in place.
Yes.
You have decided, am I going to try and go into labor spontaneously, or if I'm going to have an induction for whatever reason.
Yes.
And you've made it to the facility.
Yeah, and that's what season 2 is kind of going to talk about. We got some fun stuff planned for season 2.
Have you noticed anything new?
You can see us. Look at that. You can see us. So we've added in some visuals this season. And you might even get a little surprise because maybe it's not just our face that you're going to see. It might be some new ones.
You might.
I mean, we are
familiar
enough,
ones,
but it's, we might add a little zhuzh in there.
A little shinkering.
So yeah, season 2, we've got some fun stuff planned. Not just within the podcast and our recordings, but outside of the podcast, we got some fun things planned for you guys. So let's get to it. So today's episode is entitled "Mama, You Made It." Yes. So we are going to talk about labor and actually getting to the point that everybody is anticipated for the entire pregnancy, and that's like getting to the hospital, being in labor,
or the house or birth center, wherever
getting to wherever you are going to deliver in whatever
capacity
setting that may be. It might be at your house. It might be at somebody else's house. It might be
at a birth center.
It might be in, I don't know, lakes and rivers that you used to. Whatever. Wherever you are planning to bring your baby earthside. This episode is kind of going to talk about once you get there, what that may look like. What that may look like. So we'll kind of talk about the stages of labor.
Let's just jump right in.
We're going
Head first. Okay, so typically there are 4 stages of labor. Mm-hmm. The first one is what everybody hates. And
yeah.
The first one is like that early labor stage where your cervix starts changing, you start contracting, and eventually you go on into active labor.
This might be where you lose your mucus plug, and this is where people think that...
Okay, I'm so glad you said that. I have it ready. Let me first off, your mucus plug doesn't mean anything. It does, but it doesn't. Like, if you
don't need to go to the hospital,
right? If you lose, I don't want to see it. Don't
no.
bring me a picture. Don't bring it with you. You lost your mucus plug. Congratulations.
That's cool.
Thank you.
Cool.
It's like saying Christmas is coming on the 1st of December. I mean, we all know that Christmas is coming,
but like you. Maybe not open a present. Right. You know, like you don't need to open a present yet. So that's really just the body like, okay, girl, you know.
We might be
warming up. Yeah. We might be warming up.
Remember, if you listen to season 1, we talked about the stretching and the things that your cervix goes through. That's one of the things.
Yeah.
That's one of the things.
Yeah. Hey there, Laborhood gang. This is Shay, one of your co-hosts of the Laborhood Podcast, and I've got something very special to share with you. An exclusive offer that is just too good to pass up. Have you ever heard of Hello Bello? If not, you are in for a treat. Let me tell you, Hello Bello is all about making parenting easier and more affordable, and we are thrilled to partner with them as Hello Bello enthusiasts. With Hello Bello, you can get high-quality baby products that won't break the bank. And here is the best part. We've got a unique code that will score you an incredible 20% off of your very first order. To snag this deal, all you have to do is use our special link and apply the code THEL at checkout. That's not all. Hello Bello was co-founded by none other than Kristen Bell and Dax Shepard, parents who believe that all babies deserve the best, and we do too. They are on a mission to make premium parenting accessible to everyone, and their products reflect that commitment. Hello Bello crafts their products with babies, parents, and the planet in mind, all while keeping prices as low as possible. So let's make some magic together on our journey to bring premium parenthood to you all. When you use our unique code THEL, not only do you get an amazing discount, but you also support the Laborhood Podcast. Thank you so much for being a part of our amazing Laborhood gang community, and happy parenting with Hello Bello. Now let's get back to the show.
Like, if you're on a treadmill, I wouldn't start out at a 7 on a 15 incline. You know, let's not do that. You know what I'm saying? Let's not do that. This is more like your nice pace walk. Like, we just really just warming up. Really just warming up. You might feel some contractions. You might feel a little crampy in that early stage, but nothing consistent that's going to be... It might be a little painful, but it's going to feel like what you felt like when you just had like a regular period. Like
period crampy.
Yeah.
Also, like Braxton Hicks is during this time. Like, very much early labor. Your contractions may be 15, 20 minutes apart, and even then they're not consistent. Like, they're not, you might have 3 today and none tomorrow.
Yeah. Or like after you've been at work all day and you're kind of dry and dehydrated, you might feel a few when you get home, like, I'm contracting.
Yeah.
Just drink a little water.
Yeah. Drink a little water.
Drink a little water.
Drink a little water.
Go away. So we have that early stage of labor, but we also have early labor, but then that second stage of labor, which we'll get to in a bit, but we also have that like prodromal labor, which I think really confuses people, and it makes people super frustrated. Because that prodromal labor, you are like hurting, you are contracting consistently, but your cervix is like, yeah, girl, we're not changing.
Yeah, no,
we're gonna stay the same. And again, that's where it can get really frustrating because they are painful, and mamas can't sleep, they're uncomfortable, like no matter what they do, no matter the position, like girl, they come to the hospital and it's like, I'm hurting, and you check them, and they're super, and they're just like, oh, girl.
Or they're like really, really posterior still, meaning your cervix is tilted back towards the back of your pelvis, and it's uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's
and
very uncomfortable.
You've been doing this for hours at this point.
And sometimes a day or two.
I've sent somebody home like prodromal at a week. Like
Yeah.
she had been on and off frequent flyer through the ED. Like just I've been contracting like this, and her cervix was not budging.
Changing.
Not budging.
And like I said, it's easier for me to be like, oh, don't get frustrated. Like, it's going to be okay. But it's like, girl, I've been here for 3 days. Like, at this point,
I don't want to do this
down
no more.
through my throat and pull the baby out at this point. Girl, just get it out of me because I'm sick of hurting. But there are some things that you can do during prodromal labor.
Yeah.
Even certain things that some providers will do to kind of get you comfortable so that you can kind of get through that prodromal phase where you'll get to that more active phase of labor.
Yeah, because a lot of times when you're prodromaling like that, it's just you can't physically relax enough for your cervix to change. Like, I talk about it all the time. It's literally mind and matter. Like, your mind has to be right for your cervix to change. Otherwise, you're not going to be coping very well. But like you said, there are things that we can do. I like therapeutic rest.
Like as a provider?
Yes. As a provider, I love therapeutic rest because a lot of times they just need a nap. Like if a mama can go to sleep and relax and then her cervix will change and she's like, oh, okay, I'm okay. Yeah. Yeah. Like I can cope better now because I ain't slept in 3 days and I'm hurting. Everybody doesn't do therapeutic rest.
Like provider-wise.
Providers, all providers don't. But like good things to try if your provider does not offer you therapeutic rest is like a shower, a hot bath will do it. Yeah. Almost every time. Drinking water. And I mean like.
Not a bottle. Not a single 16-ounce bottle of water.
Actually drinking water.
Yeah. Like consistently, like get your Stanley, get your Yeti, get your Amazon jug, whatever you drink water out of, fill it up, get to drinking.
Yep. You're going to have to pee like every 5 minutes, but the movement is good for you.
Yes.
So, curb walking is a really good option to do when you're prodromaling.
And curb walking is where you're walking like straight
on a curb. So one foot is up on the curb, the other foot is on the bottom.
So you're kind of doing like one of these. You're doing one of these numbers. But it's good because the shifting kind of helps baby like wiggle
down into the pelvis,
like that pelvis where it needs to be.
Just make sure you do it on both sides. Okay, continue.
That's
how you get asynclitic babies. We'll talk about that in a little later. That's good to know because
I have thought of like it's a good like until you say it out loud. I never thought about it. You should probably do it on the other side.
You gotta do it. You gotta do it going and coming. Yeah.
You learn something new truly every day in this field. That's good to know. Good to know.
Yeah, you gotta do it every day. I mean, you gotta do it on both sides.
Yeah. You can also have sex. And that's
people don't like that
because it'd be uncomfortable. I'm sure people are like, girl, I'm not doing that with this belly. Like, I'm not doing that. But
so I think more so it's the guys.
They scared.
Not only that, but like
the thought
of them.
That penis is not gonna touch your baby's head.
No. Well, yes, that too.
It's
not.
No,
like the thought of like their child being in that area freaks them out. What? They will not do it. That baby don't know what's going on. It's something about like, I think in their minds they're like, I'm having sex in front of my child. I don't know what it is.
Oh,
maybe it's seeing something move alien like in there, and they just can't. They can't fathom.
Okay, but you don't. Okay,
doggy style is absolutely a position.
That's what I was about to say. You don't have to see the belly. All right, you know what? That ain't.
You know what?
I ain't never been there, so I can't say nothing.
I was gonna say we should get a person with a penis who has had a baby before on this show, so we can talk about that.
I'm gonna write that.
I'm gonna write that gross.
Invite dad.
See?
I'm gonna make a note because that's interesting. That's interesting. I've also heard spicy foods. That could be a complete like old wives' tale kind of thing.
I don't tell people that. I'll say
I don't think. I mean, that's the same like the whole casserole thing.
Please
We're gonna talk
don't
about that.
Oh God,
Don't
please.
do that. But I have heard spicy foods is a good,
Yeah.
a little something to get things moving. So get you,
I feel like there
get you a
is a
10-piece
place
hot honey lemon pepper sprinkle
from American Deli.
and some fries, hot ones, and a peach drink on
I
the
was
way to
gonna
the
say,
house.
make sure you get a peach
Yeah.
drink.
You know what? And get that on the way to the house.
Is it Buffalo Wild Wings that has like a labor induction wing? Don't quote me on that either.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Someplace.
Say it puts you in the labor.
Yeah.
See, that's the spicy part. Maybe that's what it is.
Maybe. You can also do like dates prenatally. You can do red raspberry leaf tea. Yeah, those are my two.
Also, which
evening primrose oil.
Yeah, but don't do these things at 35 weeks because you're
No.
pregnant.
Okay, no. After 36 weeks,
There you go.
preferably 37.
Yeah, let's let that little nugget
I mean, you
cook.
can eat dates. You can eat dates your whole pregnancy.
Yeah.
But everything else, like the evening primrose oil, the red raspberry leaf tea,
Yeah.
the fornication.
Starting at 37 weeks.
I mean, you have sex through your pregnancy too. That's fine.
Yes, fine. Unless you have been told not to. Unless you have been told not to. Don't go and tell your provider that Briea and Shay told you that you could have sex your whole pregnancy, because no, we didn't.
Make sure your OB is okay with that.
Yes. Don't be sitting around with a cerclage and you talking about Briea and Shay told you could have sex.
No,
'Cause
I
no, we
definitely
didn't.
tell you
No,
that.
we didn't. We did not tell
Or
you
a
that.
previa.
No, we didn't. We did not tell you that. Okay, so don't do that. So make sure you're doing it at the right gestation. Don't be trying to induce labor. Okay, back to the castor oil thing.
Go ahead.
No. I'm just gonna say. You probably, yes, it's gonna make you contract, but that is not putting you into labor, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because you come into the hospital, you've been contracting every minute for the past 3 hours, but that's also because you shit your brains out for 2 hours before that. It's coming out of me like lava.
Yeah.
You can't do that. All you did was make your uterus dry, and now it's just like, girl, I am irritated.
Yeah, it's mad. It's
I'm
angry.
irritated. And just for that, I'm not gonna change your cervix. That's what you get. So now you gotta see. Now we gotta give you fluids.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah. I actually had a patient come in the other day. She had her first baby at 36 weeks, 35-ish weeks, and she was 34 weeks pregnant and just tired of being pregnant, and she drank the midwife's brew.
Ooh, God.
Please don't do that, y'all. And if you do it after 37 weeks.
Wait, what's the midwife's brew?
I don't know actually what all is in it.
Is it the pineapple juice, castor oil, that little?
Maybe.
I've heard that little elixir before.
Yeah. She almost ended up in a C-section just because her uterus
Playing
was
around.
so
Playing.
upset. And she was preterm.
Girl, stop that.
Yeah, y'all, please don't
Tired
do
of being
that.
pregnant is not
Please
a
don't do that.
reason to try to induce your own labor.
And like she said, the castor oil ain't gonna do nothing but make you irritable. And then when your cervix doesn't change, we're gonna send you back to the house.
Shitting. Literally.
Literally.
Yeah, still shitting and not.
Cause y'all
still
think
pregnant.
about it. This castor oil is not going to your uterus; it's going to your intestines. I don't think people think about that. It is going to your intestines.
I don't know.
It's going to your stomach, to your intestines, and then back out.
It's too nasty for me to
to
even think
your
about
uterus.
drinking, so I don't even want that.
Hey everybody, this is Shay, one of your co-hosts for the Laborhood Podcast, and I'm thrilled to share some exciting news with our incredible listeners today. The Laborhood is now an Amazon influencer, and I couldn't be more excited to introduce you to our very own Amazon storefront. You might be wondering, what is an Amazon influencer and how it impacts or benefits you? But I'm here to provide you with hand-picked recommendations for products we truly believe in and use in my everyday role as a baby catcher. Our storefront is a carefully curated collection of items that I found to be incredibly valuable for both the birthing person and their precious babe. From essentials for new moms to must-haves for those special moments during childbirth, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. When you shop our storefront, you're not only getting access to tried and true products, but you're also supporting the Laborhood Podcast. Your purchases through our storefront help us continue our mission of advocating for maternal health and empowering birthing persons. Plus, I want to be fully transparent with our amazing community. So when you make a purchase through our Amazon storefront, we may earn a small commission from Amazon as a part of being an Amazon influencer in their program. So not only do you get fantastic products that I personally recommend, but you also contribute to our efforts to make a positive impact in the world of maternal health. To start shopping and explore our hand-picked selection, simply visit www.amazon.com/shop/Laborhood Podcast. Or you can click the link in the episode description or link in our bio. Don't miss out on these incredible finds that can enhance your birthing experience and support new parents on their journey. Thank you for being a part of the Laborhood gang and for helping us make a meaningful difference in maternal health care. All right, let's get back to the show.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that was our tangent for this episode. Okay, so talked about early labor. We talked about prodromal labor. Now we to the meat and the potatoes.
So we're going into active labor.
Active labor.
I love it.
Now things popping off.
Why are you doing this?
Because now this is
little like Patty.
Because this is the part that people are really like, oh, okay, now.
Yeah. Okay.
Now I can stay at the hospital. They're not sending me home this time.
They're keeping me.
They're keeping me.
Hey, Mom.
Call your family. Tell them you're getting to stay this time. This is your third time's a charm because I've seen you twice this week. That third time, okay, now we getting somewhere. And I have seen people 3 times in triage before.
Girl.
Sometimes twice in one night.
Same.
Sometimes twice in one night.
You're like, baby, you just left 2 hours ago.
I have seen somebody at 8 p.m. and at 2:30 a.m. they were back.
I'm sure.
I'm contracting. Yeah, baby, you were contracting when I sent you home the first time.
Okay, so while we're talking about that, I don't want people to be afraid to go to the hospital. If you are concerned and you're contracting, go to the hospital. Yeah. We would much rather see you and you get checked out than you sitting at home worried. Or you are actually actively laboring because it's hard to tell the difference.
And you come in on one ass
right.
Cheek. Now you can't. Now you're hurting now you just
and then it depending on where you work, it might be a little late for that epidural if you want it now.
Uh-oh.
So like go and get checked out, guys, for real.
I hear some people say I didn't want to come because I thought I was gonna get sent home.
Yeah.
Again,
don't be afraid.
Don't be afraid. We're not mad. No. We're not mad that you. Listen, baby, I'm here for 12 hours. Just come on in. Come on in. It's fine. That's
right.
all.
And I get paid the same whether you show up.
Baby, listen, I'm on the clock either
right.
way. They're not sending me home.
They're not gonna send me home if we send you home. And if you come back in active labor, they still not gonna send me home.
Matter of fact, I now for sure gotta stay. So yeah, it's fine. Come on back, get checked out. You know, maybe we can talk about what you were doing at home. Maybe we can switch it up. Maybe I can give you some tips and tricks on what to do so that the next time you come,
you can stay.
You can stay at a birthday party. Okay, so active labor. What are we now considering? Because this changes.
It changes a lot.
At least since I've started working as a labor and delivery nurse. What is considered active labor? Like the requirements to be considered an active labor.
So the gentleman who defined active labor versus not says that active labor, your cervix for no lips, first time mamas, prima gravidas, is where their cervix makes cervical change. It's increased. So it's usually like between 1 to 2 centimeters every hour to 2 hours.
Okay.
2 to 3 hours. Forgive me. It's 2 to 3 hours. And then for multiple gravidas, women who have had multiple babies, it's that 0.5 to centimeter per 1 to 2 hours. Okay. So like you have a great contraction pattern, contractions every 2 to 3 minutes, consistently.
Say that word one more time.
Consistently.
There you go. I just want everybody to hear it because you can't contract 2 to 3 minutes for 20 minutes, and then not have a contraction for 15 minutes. And then have 2 more contractions and think that this is because that's not consistent.
Right.
Okay.
That's like, oh, I'm just gonna stretch my toes, and then I'm thinking about stretching my knees before I take off running, but I never actually got to my knees.
Stretching your toes is
and then
wild.
I just take off running.
Baby, you are going to be hurting.
Yeah.
That's not gonna work. So changing your cervix, and I know some people, especially coming through triage, it's like you check them, they're 3.
Okay.
And 3 sounds like a lot when you only got to get to 10, but it might be their first baby. They might roughly be, might not even be like 40 weeks, might be like 38, 39 weeks. And they get frustrated when they can't stay. And it's like, I'm 3 centimeters. And it's like, I get it.
Yeah. So technically they are calling active labor 6 centimeters.
Okay.
Because at that point, like, you're probably going to be changing.
You're closer to 10 than you are to close.
Correct. Correct. You're
Yeah.
closer to complete than you are to close.
Yeah.
So, and usually that's that transitional period, and
that's when they get shaking.
Yeah, we could talk about
You're sweating. You're shaky.
Yeah. So a good rule of thumb, and we've made it a thing. It's not actually a thing, but we've made it a thing. So if you ain't 4, hit the door. If you ain't wet,
you got a jet, baby. You got a jet. And that's another thing. Now, you can be wet, as in rupture, your water broke. Wet. All right, so you just can't. You really can't.
I'm sorry. We talk about vaginas on this podcast. That's all I thought about.
Your water can be broken, but you cannot. You can have a water broken and not be 6 centimeters. But if your water is broken, baby, it don't matter what that cervix is.
You're staying.
You are staying. You have bought yourself a ticket
at the hotel,
to this facility.
Yeah,
to this facility.
The birthing center. You didn't afforded your stay, honey.
Yeah, here is your admission pass, because you got one now.
Speaking of that, like, if you are not 6 centimeters, if you're not even in labor, let's say you're not even in labor, you ain't contracting, your cervix is closed and you're ruptured, it is called pre-labor premature rupture of membranes. So, like, that's where the PPROM comes in.
Okay. Okay. Because that happens.
Yep. Pre-labor rupture of membranes. Like,
and when they come in, I'm just like, oh. You can still have a baby.
Yeah, of course.
We just gotta,
we might have to finagle.
Your care plan's a little different.
Yeah.
We gonna start with a little.
With all those induction medications we talked about on the last season.
We're
gonna come in and have a chit chat with you.
Yeah.
If your labor doesn't pick up.
Yeah. Which, that's fine. So, active labor, we got that good contraction pattern. We're, roughly 6 centimeters, or our water is broken.
You're huffing and puffing.
Or, you're just kind of like, some people don't huff and puff.
This is true.
I had a patient come in the other night, and she said that she has, like, painless contractions. Must be nice. Like, oh, you got a name? Like, casual comment. And she was ruptured. And this was, like, baby number, like, 6. 4 centimeters. She was chilling. And she was like, oh, no, where's the anesthesiologist? I said, my girl. She was like, I just don't want to feel it come out. And I was like, you have every right to do that. You have every right to do that. You have every right to that. But she said her mom was also the same way. She was like, I don't know. She was like, they're like, not painless, but literally,
what kind of genes they got?
While she was in triage, like, she was on the monitor for a while, and the husband was like, do you feel that one? She was like, yeah, I kind of feel that one. I said, hey, yo, what kind of unicorn is this?
Okay, that never happens, guys.
That's a very I had never
rare.
heard of that before.
Not like painless. I've seen people like cope very well.
Yeah. And I didn't hear her say like she had a really high pain tolerance. She was just like, I guess she just, I don't know, maybe her nerve endings or something with me. I don't know, something. And
she might need to have her spine.
Something, but she was just fine, and she was like, yeah.
That's
how it was. Like, just unicorns and butterflies in here. Just baby number 6 ruptured.
She's gonna cough and have a baby.
Yeah. She was. Yeah.
Okay.
It was. Listen, again, that's cool. So, active labor. You bought your ticket. You're now you're on labor and delivery. So now we're talking. Getting your epidural, all that good stuff. Getting you comfortable.
Or unmedicated. If you're unmedicated, we were talking about getting in the tub.
Now's a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is that transition period.
Yeah.
And they call it a transition because there's a hormonal shift that happens.
Yes.
And
even medicated or unmedicated,
I was gonna say,
see it.
you can see it.
Yeah.
You can see it. We call them the labor quakes.
Yeah.
You get those.
Labor shakes.
You get like,
I'm not cold, but I just don't know. I'm just like, I do, baby. It's okay.
It's all right.
Okay. I know
It's
exactly
okay.
why you're
I think
shaking.
you're transitioning.
You're probably complete, but it's okay. It's fine.
That little the cute moan that they were doing, like the
Yeah.
has now become a low growl.
Yeah. It's like, yes, we're about to have a baby.
Yay.
I'm gonna go ahead and get my blankets ready. I'm gonna go get my blankets. It's fine. Yeah, I'm gonna go get stuff ready because you've entered that active labor.
Yeah.
The active
You
labor
can't
phase.
get comfortable. You can't be still. You can't sit down. You can't stand up.
Yeah.
You just when you feel like the wheels are literally about to fall off.
That's because we're getting close.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I've heard like unmedicated moms who like, went unmedicated and they were like, I knew when I was transitioning because like this is bad, but one nurse, she's a nurse, but she had an unmedicated birth. She was like, it literally felt like I was being ripped in half. She's like, I thought I was gonna be unalive. She was like, I felt like I was going to die. She was like, but I was also tensing. Yeah, I was also like complete. I had a baby with like the next hour.
You know what? My grandma said that. My grandma was like, you're going to feel like you're dying.
Yeah.
You're going to hope and pray that you do.
I hope I am dying, matter of fact.
But you ain't going to die.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that's a very rough way to describe it.
It
But,
is.
I mean.
Yeah. She said it just felt like one person was on the other side of me and like on each side of me and it was just pulling me apart. Like that's how it. And I was like, yeah, I don't want to feel that.
But, okay, good news is, like, usually once you transition, like, either you have a baby very, very fast, or there's always, like, a calmness that happens after that transition period.
For an unmedicated mom? Like,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah,
yes.
there's, like, it's like, grrr,
Yeah.
and then they'll do that for 30 or 40 minutes, and
I
then
think
they,
that-
like,
and I think
they
that
resume control.
I was going to say, I think that's them just getting through that initial shock of being like, whoa, this hurts. Like, and then it's kind of like they dig deep. They go into that place and it's like, okay, I just got to do it. I got to do it. They go into that zone and it's like, okay, well, I'm just going to watch you because now I don't trust you. Because now I know you're active. I might not have checked you, but physically I can see that something is changing.
Also, one of the midwives that trained me showed me, like, if you are an unmedicated mom who is like, I really do not want to be checked, which is understandable. You're not medicated.
Are you talking about the sacral bulge?
Well, yes, the sacral bulge,
I
as
saw
well
one of those
as
for the first time the other
like the line at the top of the butt crack extends. No, but it extends.
Yes.
And it's like, oh, you're complete. Okay.
Oh, so
we'll
you can
just
see
wait.
it. Is it like a discoloration?
Mm-hmm. I don't know what it's called. I don't know the technical term for it, but that's like what happens.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, oh, she's complete. It's
Yeah.
fine.
I'll just let her start.
I'm gonna put on a pair of gloves and I'm just gonna
She'll
sit
start
here.
bearing down in a minute. But I did. I had a patient
real.
Who she was preterm but very much active labor, unmedicated. She was on her hands and knees.
It's the best time to see it.
And it was textbook. I mean, right there on her back. I even pointed it out to one of the other nurses. I was like, her sacral bulge is like textbook. I mean, it was like, and it was just bulging out, but she was bearing that. I was like, she had a baby within like the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, so all those things, it's very, very, I always encourage, especially newer nurses, to watch and look at the body for somebody who's unmedicated. And
definitely note a change, like you note changes.
Oh yeah, you can see changes.
You can absolutely see
without having to physically put your hands in the patient. You can see something is changing. So we are 6 centimeters now. You have done whatever, whether you're if you're unmedicated, you've kind of gotten your zone. Your support person's there helping you. If you are epiduralized, you might be
taking a nap.
You might be asleep.
This one, taking a nap.
Same.
Wake me up when it's time for me to push.
That's what I plan to do. Now we hit the good. This is not really the good part, but
it's the part leading up to the good part.
Yes.
So we are officially transitioning into stage 2 of labor, and that is like, okay, yay, we're complete. Yay, let's have a baby.
Yeah.
And we're gonna start pushing.
Push it.
So this is Stage 2 of the
Stage 2
labor.
is pushing. Asterisk. 10 centimeters doesn't always equal it's time to start pushing.
Very true.
Yeah.
Yes.
10 centimeters. And I think people, like...
Oh, I'm 10. Yeah, but your baby in your throat.
Yeah, but I think... And then I kind of like, we start to do some educating and start talking about station.
Yeah.
Because I think, a lot of people don't know about station. They know what dilation is, but they don't understand the importance of station.
Yep. Peeps, can we insert a clip of what station looks like? It's like a number line, right?
Yeah.
So
Like pelvis, head.
Yep. So like if you think about a number line and you got -3, -2, -1, 0, +1, +2, +3. That's what station is. And so
Yeah.
you think about that on a pelvis. Like if we say, oh, your baby is like -3 station, that means
It's still well into the pelvis.
this your baby up here, and
hasn't
this
hit
is the exit down here.
They haven't hit that pelvic inlet opening yet.
Yeah.
So 10 centimeters, yes, but sometimes your nurse can help you get in some different positions using different little items that we have, like peanut balls and things like that. To help you get that baby lower, so that the hope is that we can cut down on pushing time. Especially for those epiduralized mamas who,
What's your take on, from your nursing experience, what is your take on laboring down?
If I can, I'm going to every time. If my baby looks good, if my mama's doing good, I'm gonna labor down every time. If my provider's okay with it, I'm gonna labor down. Because just from my experience and from how I practice as a nurse, if you start pushing too early, you find, and especially once we're talking about pushing and how long pushing can take, if you start pushing too early, and let's say we got 2 hours of pushing ahead of us, even if we started, at a good station, we start pushing too early, and now we've hit hour 3.
And you're exhausted.
Your mama is exhausted. Your mom's exhausted. You can't get that good pushing effort from her because she is so tired. Then, in the end, that's when,
we have to start talking about
different things we have
vacuuming.
to use.
Well, other stuff that I don't do. So
Yeah. So I think if you can labor down, do it. Now, have I started pushing at like 0 station +1 before?
And you still push for that long?
No.
Yes.
Yes.
I have.
Yes. As I have. So if I can, yes. If I can, yes. Because I feel like it works. It works.
From a nursing standpoint, I absolutely agree.
Yeah.
From a provider standpoint, I'd be like, okay, let her labor down. She's not feeling pressure.
Yes.
Let her labor down. She want to take a nap. She bought that epidural. Let her enjoy it.
It's on her bill.
It's on the bill. It don't matter how long she had it. She already bought it now.
Yeah.
Like, let her enjoy it. If she wants to go to sleep for 3 hours, let her go to sleep. She's probably going to need the rest because she's going to have to push.
And I want moms to know and understand also that
there's also research that I will pop up in here somewhere. I think it's being, I don't want to say misinterpreted, but the research doesn't say. Matter of fact, I'm gonna read it. You go ahead.
Okay.
I'm gonna find it.
So I like to do it, like I said, because if you don't, then we start getting into intervening to get the baby out. Correct. If that makes sense.
And that's not what we don't want to intervene.
Right. Also, what I was going to say is, let's say it was it's been a long day, or, mom labored for a long time and she finally got an epidural, now she's complete. And let's say it's like, oh, we want to start pushing. I think moms need to know that they do have the right to say, hey, are we okay if I wait, 30 minutes? Is it okay? Does the baby look good? Am I okay? Can I just rest my eyes for 45 minutes? Can I rest my eyes for an hour? You have the right to say that. You have the right to ask that. Now, if there's some reason, looking at baby on the monitor, if the provider's like, oh, maybe not 45 minutes, might let you get a power nap for 30 minutes. then okay, you know. But yes, I think moms should know that they have the option to say like, I kind of want to enjoy this a little bit more before I start pushing. So yeah.
All right, I'm not gonna keep looking for this because I thought I had it and I can't find it. But essentially, like, a nurse reached out and I did find it. Look at that. So according to ACOG, the American College of Gynecology and Obstetrics, there were 2 studies that found that introducing delayed pushing at 10 centimeters for 1 to 2 hours shortened active maternal pushing efforts by 20 minutes. My thing is, if it's going to make you push for less, I'm perfectly fine with it. Which, as an L&D nurse, we understand that 20 minutes can be the make or the break.
Yeah, if you're contracting every 2 minutes and that's 3 pushes, you know, like, that's a lot of pushing in 20 minutes. That's a lot of pushing.
Like, and that's a lot of effort because you think about how many times you push on one contraction. You push like 3 to 4 times on one contraction. 20 minutes, that's a long time.
That's a lot of pushing.
So a more recent article was published stating that delayed pushing by 1 hour or more was associated with an increased risk for C-section, vacuum, and forceps deliveries and postpartum hemorrhages, but there were no adverse outcomes that ever happened to the babies in that study. It didn't determine the cause for why, like, laboring down was suggested or not suggested. Like, sometimes if you have a larger baby, some providers will say, yeah, you can labor down. Let the body just kind of do what the body is going to do. And then the other one focused on women with epidurals laboring down versus not. My thing is, I've seen it work, and I'm going to use it as long as it's not going to be harmful to my patient and my baby. And some providers, I think, are more so saying, like, well, this study showed this. And I'm like, yes.
What have you seen?
But
I always say, well, what have you seen?
What have you seen?
Yeah, in your practice, what have you seen? You know, like, what have you seen practicing as a provider? Have you seen it? Have you seen it cause those things, or have you not?
Hey there, wonderful listeners. It's Briea here, one of your hosts for the Laborhood Podcast, and we've got some incredible news to share with you today. The Laborhood is now proudly a Kindred Bravely ambassador. But what's Kindred Bravely, you ask? Well, let me tell you about this amazing company that's all about supporting moms just like you. Kindred Bravely is a brand built on love that's poured into every single piece of clothing they create. Their meticulously designed clothes are here to make your journey through motherhood a little easier, from the bump to breastfeeding and beyond. Because let's face it, mama, you deserve to look and feel great all the time. Kindred Bravely understands that, and they're here for you every step of the way. Now, here's the exciting part. We have a special offer just for you, our incredible community. When you shop with Kindred Bravely using our unique code, you'll get an amazing 15% off your purchase. That's right, 15% off. So how do you claim this offer? It's simple. Just visit and use our code LaborhoodP15 and shop till you drop. At checkout, be sure to use the unique code LaborhoodP15 to unlock those savings. But wait, there's more. If you're tuning in during October 2023, you're in for a treat, because Kindred Bravely's fall collection campaign is happening until October 20th, 2023. This collection is a must-see with limited quantities in limited edition colors. It's perfect for moms who love to mix and match, dress up or down, and keep their closets filled with versatile and comfortable pieces. So don't miss out. Thank you for being a part of the Laborhood community, and happy shopping with Kindred Bravely. Now, let's get back to the show.
I think my thing is, you're either going to push for 3 hours and either go to the back, or you're going to sleep for 2 hours and push for 1 hour and end up with a vaginal delivery. Or you can still push for 3 hours and sleep for 2 and still end up in the back.
Yeah.
Have I seen it work? Yes. As a provider, will I still continue to do it as long as it's safe? Yes.
Yeah.
I've had several people ask us that.
Yeah.
Like, how do we feel about laboring down?
Yes. So with pushing, I think, you know, when we talk about pushing, I think everybody has it in their brain that it's that one, push. Like,
Because that's what TV shows.
That's what TV shows. That is that one position.
You might get 3.
Yeah.
You might get 3
that
pushes.
is that one position. But I will, and I've seen birth plans come in with moms.
I don't want to deliver on my back.
I don't want to deliver on my back, and I feel like pushing on the back gets a bad rap. But
yes.
But it be working. Like, it be working.
It does.
It be working. Now, I think they say I don't want to push on my back because they don't specifically know, gosh, I can't think of the word.
The pelvic opening.
That, but also, I think they just say they don't want to do it because maybe that's what they heard.
Well,
I don't want to push on my back.
like-
And sometimes I say, well, why? And
Well,
I'm like,
a lot of
I just want to try different positions. And that's fine.
Yeah, no. I'll do a side push in a second.
I have literally
Delivered on the side.
I've delivered hands and knees the other night. Like, I'm totally fine with that as long as it's safe and as long as you're able to move in those positions. Like, I have been pushing with a patient who was she was, pushing on her back. Not flat, but, pushing on her back. And as I always use when I felt, and I was like, I feel like my baby's turned a funky way. So literally, I felt for that suture line, and I felt my suture, I didn't feel it going this way. It wasn't straight. And I was like, she's got good effort. I think I need to turn her on her side. So I literally put her on her side. I think we pushed for 2 or 3 contractions on her side. I put her back on her back, and that baby said, "Vroom." I said, yes. And literally they called the midwife and we had a baby. So I think pushing on the back is not always bad when it's super effective. I think people don't think it's going to be effective.
Yes, because
Or I think they think other positions are more
gravity
effective.
is working against them. I think it stems more from back in the day where everybody was delivering at home, the instinctual feeling of getting into a squatting position. And I think that's what they think about. Mm-hmm. But if you think about how you deliver on your back, you're literally in a squatting position.
It's like if I took a picture and I turned it this way.
I turned it this side.
Yeah,
and I mean, if you have an epidural, which a lot of the population does get an epidural,
yes.
right?
Yes.
You can absolutely do side pushing. You might be able to get a hands and knees depending on how dense it is, but you're essentially doing the squatting position with your knees to your chest the exact same way you would as if you were being able to stand up. And I don't think people look at it like that.
Yeah. I agree.
And they're like, gravity is working against me. And I'm well, baby, I can tilt your bed. I mean, we could do a little reverse Trendelenburg.
That's true. Yeah. I think I don't know. Listen, I'm going to support you in whatever you want to do. If you say, I don't want to, however, I don't want to push on my back. Okay. Well, how do you want to push? If it's not safe, I cannot let you get in hands and knees.
Right.
You can't even hold up your own leg because it's so
Baby,
numb.
we can't get a squat bar in here because you
have zero control over your leg.
Right.
Your leg fell off the bed 2 minutes ago and I had to pick it up, pick it up for you. So that's not safe. But we can try all kinds of things. And I will be and I'm going to be honest with you as your nurse. If we push like this for 30 minutes and you're like, is it working? I'm going to say, not really. No, you haven't really moved the baby.
Yes.
Yeah,
sure.
It's working. Yeah. So we can keep trying it. But I'm going to be honest. Because I have had, patients were determined they didn't want to push on their back. I don't want to push on my back. I said, okay. Put her on the side. She's pushing. And she didn't move that baby at all. And so she was like, he said, I'm just so tired. Why is it not working? I said, I think you were a little more effective on your back.
And I think the sensation of pressure
makes
a huge difference.
If I turn you on your side, it alleviates that pressure on your rectum. And now you just kind of doing you don't really, you're not really
think
there.
about it. When you go to sit down on the toilet, do you poop on your side?
No. I don't.
I don't either. But it's because you have that sensation on your rectum. Okay, something's got to get out.
Yeah. And then I flipped her back on her back. And
Now, I have had beautiful babies, like, on the side.
yeah.
And sometimes your baby may need that.
Like
your
I said,
baby may need to be pushing on the side.
Yeah.
Maybe that baby's not tolerating. That baby's not tolerating contractions.
Yes.
In a lithotomy
in
position like that.
Like that cord might be somewhere funky.
Like,
yeah.
yep.
And it's like, oh, okay, let me get you off of that. You know, we turn you to the side, and it's like, ooh, okay.
Whew, thank you.
I can breathe. So yeah. I mean,
What are like some instruments and stuff that we can, not instruments, that sounded
I was gonna say
bad.
it.
What are some supportive objects that we can use during labor for pushing and
for pushing
or
before we get there?
positioning? Yeah.
Before we get there, I am. If I had to write a paper on one thing, it's gonna be that young man, the peanut ball. He comes in all sizes and all colors.
He does come in all colors.
But he works every time. I am a firm believer in the peanut ball.
It literally looks like a peanut.
Yeah, that's why we call it that. Like it's
a yoga ball, but it's got the divots in the middle,
like a peanut
does.
Like a peanut. I love it. I love it.
It is. He's changing lives.
Pop that. Listen,
Especially with an effort. I've even done it on unmedicated.
Yeah, I have too.
And then
they hate it.
They hate it.
but it don't last long. It don't
Right.
last long, man. We ain't got long. But that's kind of my. That's
your go-to.
My signature.
Oh, okay.
Let me get you comfortable. We're gonna make sure that bladder's empty. However you come. If let's say they're medicated. Let's say they got an epidural. I get you comfortable. Get you on your side.
You go night-night.
Pop that peanut ball in there, and I do one of these on your shoulder and get you all cozy. I'm gonna have me a baby.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have me a baby.
Agreed.
I'm gonna have me a baby. Matter of fact, peanut ball.
I'll come and turn you in an hour or
bingo,
less.
Bingo. I'm gonna give you an hour. I come in there and they be knocked out too.
Mm-hmm.
They knocked
Drool.
out. Knocked
Rolling.
out. Because they ain't slept. I have heard people say that post-epidural nap was the best nap they've had in 40 weeks. Like, I ain't slept this good
Since I got pregnant.
But yeah, listen. And I put that peanut ball in there. Get that pelvis nice and open. In an hour, we're going to flip. I'm going to do it on the other side.
Yeah.
After that, sometimes they're like, I'm feeling pressure.
I feel a lot of pressure.
Yes, you are.
Yes.
You are. I got you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you're right. You're welcome. You're welcome.
You're
You're welcome.
welcome.
Let's have us a baby. Have us a baby. So yeah, I am hands down. I'm a peanut ball girl. Peanut ball till I die.
Spinning Babies has a really good, like spinningbabies.com has a really good pictorial tutorial.
Tell them what spinning. We know what Spinning Babies is, but it probably just
okay.
sounds.
Spinning Babies is a program designed to get babies adequately in the pelvis correctly. Like, let's say if your baby was breech, and they have like educational opportunities and things online and a whole lot of actually like really good resource for turning your baby like right side right, or let's say it's coming down asynclitic where it's not coming down like straight up and down like this. It's coming down like, hey.
Girl, please don't
They've got really, really great positioning to get your baby lined up correctly in the pelvis. Even for like sunny side up babies.
Yeah.
Where they're coming down. Instead of coming down facing the floor like they're supposed to. Yes. They're what we call posterior and occipit posterior. And so they're looking at the ceiling when they come out. And so Spinning Babies has really good resources for like turning babies. Yeah. Spinning babies.
Yeah, I love Spinning Babies. Also something that she's a good one, and she's been around for a long time, is a good old sheet.
Oh, I love
a good tug of war. Yeah, I'm getting this baby under the pelvis because I'm not going the other way. Okay, so literally,
we want it out the vagine and not the in between. That's my new thing.
That's cute. That's real cute. So literally, I take like a flat sheet, and I just tie a big knot in each end. My mama gets one end, and I get the other. And also this is just an FYI for nurses. I feel like some people don't get as good of tug of war because their mama is not flat enough. Like, because you have to think about about the pelvis and what you're trying to do. You're trying to get that baby up and under the pubic bone. If you are sitting too far up semi-Fowlers, you're doing one of these numbers. Yes, literally. And it's going to take a lot more effort to get that baby to do this. But if you lean that mama back a little more.
Lean back. Lean back.
It's literally going to do one of these.
She's not saying flat.
Not flat. You don't want them flat.
You want them to lean back.
Literally, you want them lean back a little more. So literally, your baby just kind of does one of these numbers and just slides under. That baby just dives under that pelvic bone. So yeah, I think just a little tidbit for newer nurses when you're wanting to try.
Also, think about how big your knot is. We're talking about exerting a lot of force here, and you don't want to be holding on to a knot that this big.
I literally tie the knot I wrap it around my arm like this, and so my knot is big,
huge. Yeah, mine too.
So yeah, and I'm gonna tell you how I know tug of war has been around a long time, because when I talked to my mom, so I'm 31 years old.
Damn.
When I talked to my mom about when she gave birth to me. Before I became an L&D nurse, she used to talk about how, the nurse had a sheet and she was pulling and I was pulling, and I was like, again, back then I was like, girl, okay, whatever.
Shout out to Laverne's nurse.
So now I said, not she was doing tug of war 30 years ago. So she is tried and true.
I love it.
She's been around for a long time, so she doing something right.
Yeah,
she's doing something right. So yeah, I do. I love
and it
tug
gives
of war.
them something else to focus on.
Yeah.
Like it's not more so because I literally tell them like, hey, the object of the game is to not pull me into bed with you, or like for you to try to pull me into bed with you.
Just don't let me go. I'm gonna go flying through the wall.
Right.
Yeah. I will be injured.
And then they're like pulling with everything that they got, and they don't even realize that they're bearing down while they do it, and they're pushing a baby. And I can see that baby crowning.
Yes. So yeah, peanut ball,
tug of war,
and a sheet. I'm gonna let you know. Some of the extras, I don't really gotta have all that. Like if you give me a peanut ball and a sheet, I can make something shake with those two items.
So you don't do like the steps and the cup chairs and the squatty potties.
Okay, let me tell you, I have used a cup chair before because my mom wanted to get in the shower, and I let her. She wanted to sit on it, and so I let her. So I let her. Yeah. I have used the cup chair before in the shower. That was such a good delivery, by the way. Des was in there with me with that one.
Oh, love it. Love it.
But yes, I have used that before too. Now, again, the rest, I'll use it if I need to, but those two items, I can about make something shake with the sheet and the peanut ball.
And a peanut ball.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Talking about like when you were talking about getting underneath the pubic bone, so like most people don't know that the babies has to make what we call a curvicaris maneuver, and there are several things that go into that cause them to do that. Internal rotation, external rotation, and all of this, so that we can start to see a baby head come out, right? And a lot of people don't understand, like, oh, am I doing anything? Why am I pushing for so long?
Yeah.
But, like, people don't understand, like, each millimeter is really you and your baby working together. And every little bit counts. Every little push counts.
You don't want it to come flying out there.
No, your tissue needs to stretch.
Baby, you have a vajaz hole.
A vajaz
hole.
What is a vaginas?
Yeah, that's what you're gonna have. That baby comes shooting out of there like a rocket. You better slow down. It's okay.
You want the baby to like stretch the tissues out. Yeah,
slowly but surely, baby. It wins the race.
Yeah.
But yes, it's that, understanding that
pelvic anatomy.
It's always a good education moment for nurses with their moms, where it's just like, gosh, but you have to think 30 minutes of pushing, it's like, oh, that's good. The mama feels like it's 3 hours.
Yeah.
So I have to explain, like, I know it's tiring because it's a lot of work and it's a lot of effort, but you have to explain, like, it's really just it's this. It's this. Couple steps forward,
3 steps
might
back.
be a couple back, so but eventually we gonna get to here and that head's gonna be in front of that pubic bone. It's like, all right. Can't go back now. The only way out is that way.
Yeah.
That way. So yes, it is that what we call it. I always explain it like that rocking motion.
Yeah, agreed.
That rocking
agreed.
motion, you know, just getting that baby, inching that baby slowly but surely under that pubic bone, and eventually we gonna get to right here.
I love them to be like, oh look, your baby's staying down here now.
Yes. I'm like, okay, give me 2 more like that. I'm about to somebody got to gown up because we're got to have us a baby.
We're gonna have a baby.
So yes, and of course talking about pushing, we talked about the time. Pushing, I know it feels like forever. Pushing can take a while.
Yes.
It doesn't mean that you're doing anything wrong. It
No.
doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong at all.
Like I said, it's your baby and your body working together.
Yes.
And your baby can't communicate with you yet.
Yeah. So pushing can take a while. 2 hours of pushing is not insane. And I know y'all, the pregnant people probably like, girl, please. Like, no, that takes forever. But 2 hours of pushing is not a long time.
No, it's not.
It doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. It doesn't mean that at all.
No.
And I think, I'm trying to think.
And
I
that's
think that might be like for epidural. I think they're calling that like average. Like, you know, we can push back, about 2 hours. That's fine. 2 hours.
Even like unmedicated people, if your baby is coming down kind of cockeyed, kind of funky,
literally,
then you can push for a while. It's just the position changing, the repositioning of your pelvis. Like it's not uncommon for even people who do not have medication on board to push for an hour or more.
Yeah. So don't think you're doing anything wrong.
Right.
It's just
Right. Now, what is your cutoff?
For what?
What is your cutoff for like how long we're pushing?
Before I do what? Call somebody?
But well, I'm like, look, we've pushed for 2 hours. She's making great progress. I'll call you when I need you. Or what is your at 3 hours, if we're not making change, if we're not making progress, like I'm calling
at the 2 hour mark, if I've seen change, which I haven't pushed that long in a long time.
Me neither.
At the 2 hour mark, if I have seen change and and not just like cap it, but like I can feel the head, because sometimes that first hour, we're just trying to figure out how to push.
Yeah.
Truly.
Especially if you're epiduralized.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like a lot of times.
The first hour don't even count.
Yeah, literally. Sometimes I've had to tell moms, I know it's been 2 hours, but that first hour, girl, you wasn't even really pushing right. That's last hour. Okay, now we got something. So usually I call the provider and I'm like, hey. And a lot of times they'll call me. They're like, hey, what y'all doing in there?
What you look like?
I was like, okay, so first hour, I'm going to be like, it don't count. I will say, they were like, she wasn't pushing good. No, she was not. But that's okay. Because now, this last hour, we're doing good. And I can see this when we pushing without my hands, being in there. Like, I can see this. And usually they're like, okay. Yeah. Like most providers, I'm like, okay, just, let me know. I'll be like, okay.
Me. Call me for delivery.
Yeah, literally. Most of them are like, okay, just call me when you're ready. And I love that. Let me do my thing. But yeah, right there about that 2 hour is when I'll at least give somebody an update and let them know what's going on. Because, I might let my mama be like, okay, shake it all out. Get you something in your mouth. Everybody,
put some chapstick on.
You need to, let's dampen your washcloth again. Let's get you something. Let's kind of, reset, refresh. Because now, let's really get to it. Let's have us a baby.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's have us a baby. So, yeah. And then once we, crowned up, I call the gang. I call my tech. I call my provider. I call my midwife. I call my OBGYN. I call my tech. I call my extra pair of hands. I call them in there, and hopefully in the next few pushes, we have us a baby. Ta-da! We made it. We made it to the baby. And then, then we got a whole other different process after that. Yeah. So second stage ends
at the birth of the baby.
And then we have our third stage of labor, which is
what we'll talk about on the next episode.
Ooh, a cliffhanger. Wow. A cliffhanger. I love it. So that's our episode 1 of season 2.
Oh wow, we made it.
Episode 1 of season 2.
We made it. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
As always,
you can find us on all of your social media handles at the Laborhood Pod. You can follow us on YouTube now at the Laborhood Podcast.
We all over the place. All over Beyonce's internet. Okay.
You can follow me on IG, TikTok, and Facebook at _ the Shayster, SHAYSTER, and Miss
Emmy. You can follow me on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram at Sadity Essence, SADITY _ Essence, ESSENCE. I don't think my page is private. You can just see what I'm up to.
I'm weak.
I'm always out having a good time. And and our website.
Oh, we have a website now.
We have a website. You guys can, subscribe. If you scroll all the way to the bottom, put your email in so you can see what we're up to.
Join the hood, guys.
Join the hood. Welcome to
the Laborhood.
Season 2.
Our website is www.thelaborhoodpod.com. It is your favorite certified nurse midwife and your favorite
inpatient obstetrics RN, and that's
You're free
it.
to
You're
go.
free to go.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.